The light and the dark parts of the moon. Before the light of the sun, there's a different light that's in space that gives light. Planets take this light and give to one another, which creates a light in space. This light isn't as strong as the sun. Even Earth takes this light from the other planets, and Earth gives to the moon the same light that it gets. The Earth's surface that we live on is unique from the other planets because it's 3 parts water and 1 part land. From the moon, the reflection of the light on the water looks like a big mirror. Also, the dark part of the moon is the reflection of the land on Earth. When the moon is full, the dark part of the moon look like the 6 continents on Earth. The dark parts of the moon rotate exactly how the continents are. It never loses its position because the dark parts of the moon are the reflections of the continents. The sun's light covers everything in space because it's that powerful. Where the sun's light reflects to the moon, it lights up the moon's parts that aren't dark. Even though the sun's light reflects on the dark parts of the moon, those parts are always seen dark regardless. The dark part of the moon confirms that the world is flat. The dark parts of the moon aren't because 2 moons collided together. If this was the case, the dark parts of the moon would not always rotate in the same position. It would lose its position. Traveling to the moon by a rocket ship. If we traveled to the moon, we would see the moon's light that the moon gets from the sun. The light that you see on the moon appears and disappears from your vision the closer you get to the moon, and it begins a new light without even us noticing that you are looking at that part of the moon that the sun gives 100% light to. You are able to see this because you are close and over the moon. The other part of the moon that is in the dark, we aren't able to see the light there because the sun's light covers the moon that it blocks us from seeing. We land at the top part of the moon where the sun's light hits. Let me remind you of all the footages of us landing on the moon. We never see the rocket ship landing during the night, but always it lands during the day. This shows that the moon is on top of the Earth, flat, and the sun's light hits the moon from the top to center. Take a water bottle and fill it with water halfway. The bottle should be tied with a thread inside a rocket ship hanging. In the position that the rocket ship would turn, nothing should be blocking the bottle from moving freely. A long way of traveling to the moon, the bottle never messes its level vertically with the ground. The water that is in the bottle also doesn't mess its level horizontally with the ground. This shows that the rocket ship goes straight, vertically to the land on the moon because the moon is on top of the flat surface of the Earth. Asking all astronauts that have been on the moon. When you are on the moon, are we able to look at the new Earth and the old Earth from the moon? If Earth was round, we would absolutely see the new Earth and the old Earth because the moon rotates around Earth and the sun doesn't move. Does Earth give a strong light to the moon like the moon gives to Earth? The answer is no, because the moon is right on top of the flat surface of the Earth. From the moon, we see the Earth's water blue. We see the continents with the same form as they are. We can see the clouds white, and we can also see Earth from the moon like we do from an airplane. This kind of clear vision of the Earth from the moon shows that the moon is close to Earth. From Earth, we cannot see the land part of the moon clearly. Instead, we see it as a light. This shows that we see the moon's light that the sun gives to the moon because the moon and the sun are close to one another. Going to the moon is a really big risk, and not everyone is able to achieve it. But if you do, and you can't figure out the distance between Earth and the moon, it would be a huge loss because they are actually closer in distance than we think.